नमस्कार, मैं मधुर गुप्ता, स्मैब रिसर्च द्वारा आयोजित चेंजिंग कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर पोस्ट लॉकडाउन इन एसोसिएशन विद ऑप्टिशियन इंडिया में आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं। अनलॉकिंग द पावर ऑफ रिसर्च बाय अंडरस्टैंडिंग द एंड कंज्यूमर एंड देयर बिहेवियर। इस वेब सीरीज में हम इंडस्ट्री के कई दिग्गज एक्सपर्ट्स के साथ आज बात करेंगे, जो कि देश भर से सबसे प्रोमिनेंट रिटेल आउटलेट्स को बिलोंग करते हैं। आज के हमारे स्पीकर हैं श्री कुणाल शाह, हेड ऑप्टोमेट्रिस्ट, ऑक्यूलरिस्ट, ऑर्थोकेराटोलॉजिस्ट एंड फाउंडर ऑफ आई सेवर्स हुबली। कुणाल जी एक ऑप्टोमेट्रिस्ट हैं बिट्स पिलानी शंकर नेत्रालय से। ही इज अ फेलो ऑफ BCLA UK, member of IACLE, founder member of Ocularist Society of India, guest faculty at Manipal University, faculty at Zeiss Vision Academy. He is a key opinion leader at Alcon and Cooper Vision and mastermind trainer at Bosch and Lomb. कुणाल जी अपने एकेडमिक्स के लिए जाने जाते हैं और इन्हें कई अवार्ड्स मिले हैं, जैसे द बेस्ट ऑप्टोमेट्रिस्ट ऑफ द ईयर बाय शंकर नेत्रालय इन 2016, एक्सीलेंस इन क्लिनिकल सपोर्ट बाय UNI इंटरनेशनल। 3 साल तक इन्हें लगातार ये अवार्ड मिलता है। कुणाल जी एक नोन एजुकेटर हैं और कई लेक्चर्स और प्रेजेंटेशंस कई एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में दे चुके हैं। ये मल्टीपल फोरम्स के पैनल्स पे भी नियुक्त किए जा चुके हैं। हाय कुणाल जी, हाउ आर यू?
Very fine, Madhu ji.
Okay, I'll take you straight away to the question, sir.
Please go ahead.
If we ask you how most of your buyers have been like in this era of COVID.
Okay, so I would say most of the buyers are somewhat concerned towards COVID, right? But a lot of them actually don't project it outside. When they walk into the store, you cannot see that fear into their face, but you can make out that they're concerned and in their talk, in the way they behave.
Okay, now if we say you have to rate your consumers into 3 categories, the first one, as you said, they are very concerned towards COVID. And, are there other people walking in as well, in a somewhat lesser ratio, like, those who are somewhat concerned or those who are not at all concerned about COVID?
See, I would rate people to be somewhere between somewhat concerned towards COVID to not concerned. We also have an advantage that we are in a city where the impact of COVID is not very high. We hardly had few cases in the city, and that's maybe one of the reasons why people are not too much concerned about the COVID here.
Right. So majority people are not too much concerned about COVID at the moment.
Yes. It's a very small percentage of group, which are really concerned, and they give you a call and they ask how safe it is to walk into your clinic and all the stuff. But that's a very small percentage.
Right. What consumers are walking in post-COVID, as in, who are more concerned about, their actual health problem, the eye health problem, or they have fashion at the back of their mind?
See, if you ask me pre-lockdown and post-lockdown, the behavior is the same actually. But they have all leaning towards the health platform. I can make out they want to spend more amount of money on the glasses than on the frames. So I can say that they're leaning towards the health part more now. Right. So glasses, apart from the fashion accessory, is also something, to take care of their eyes. So people realize that now.
What kind of consumers are the returning ones or the new ones? And this ratio pre-COVID, if you would say, what was the ratio pre-COVID?
Okay, so see, mainly for us is the returning ones. These are the old customers who have been walking into the store for very long. But what I can see post-COVID, and post-lockdown, that we are also getting a slightly larger number of the new ones, especially the younger ones who are walking into the store. So that is certainly there.
Now, in general, how has COVID impacted the shopping behavior of your returning customers?
Madhurji, to be very frank, we have absolutely not seen any change in the shopping behavior. The way they select the frames, the amount of money they spend on their glasses, nothing majorly has changed. So I wouldn't say there is a change in the shopping behavior, except that they are slightly more concerned towards the hygiene part now, right? More of the sanitization and other things. But regarding the selection of the frames or the glasses or even the ticket size, that has not changed majorly in most of the time.
Right. Now, if we say, who are the new buyers and what has attracted them towards your retail outlets?
I would say most of the new buyers, either they're people who were actually straying away from Hubli, to some major cities for the work path, and they have all come back to the city like Hubli, where they feel it is much more safer to be here. And these are the people who have actually walking into the store. And I could sense it's mainly because when we speak to them, you can realize that most of them are influenced by the parents or the relatives who would have recommended this store. Apart from that, what we are also seeing is there a surge in the new patients who are very young. And these are all the patients who have actually got highly influenced by the friend. And that has made them to walk into our store, who would have, one of their friends would have walked into the store and they would have had a positive experience. And these are the same friend group who actually recommended these people. Apart from that, what I can also sense from these people, that they are, these are people who also have the knowledge at their hand, so they are technologically very smart. So they go to Google, they actually see the review of the store, they see your social accounts, social media accounts, and then actually they make a decision to walk into the store. So they do lot of this homework before they walk into the store. So I think they are highly influenced by the friends and also by your social media activity that is happening onto your Google business page or your Facebook or your Instagram. So all these things makes an impact on these kind of people.
Right. What, according to you, are the measures that you need to take to alleviate the perceived risk of COVID from your consumer's mind?
Okay. See, the recent crisis has served us that all the infection control in the clinic is everyone's responsibility. It's an optometrist, your staff, and your patient. And we also have to recognize that there are very real consequences associated how well we attend both the obvious details as well as more subtle details. More than anything, as a healthcare practitioners, we must realize that patients will present with heightened expectations and a much greater sense of awareness with regards to how meticulous the optometrist or your office staff are dealing when it comes to safeguarding their health. Now, we have seen there are a lot of patients who actually walk into your store, and when you look at them, you feel they're not so much concerned about your safety and hygiene protocol. But they silently observe each part of things what you do, the way you clean your front desk, way you clean your testing instruments, your chairs, the sanitizing the frames. So they observe all these small things very carefully. And let me tell you, even if they're not appreciating it, but they silently in their heart, they believe that this has to be done in this way. So a lot of these people are also not aware what kind of sanitization exactly has to be done on the frames. And when you do it, they appreciate it. And also, that's the one reason that actually converts the sale part also. For example, we got a Corona oven. So we sanitize each and every frame that the patient tries into the oven. In fact, even before testing, we actually put the trial frame into that Corona oven. And I'll tell you, people appreciate that.
Right.
Sometimes you take their silence, and you feel, okay, these are people not so much concerned about the sanitization protocol. But when you do it, they appreciate it. And actually that converts into a sale. So if you ask me currently, if you're asking for the consumer's mind, I think you have to do enormous amount of your safety protocol.
Right.
Right. The things which we're doing as a back office work has to come in the front office now. There were a lot of opticians I know who used to do all these things beforehand, even before COVID, but they were doing it, before the patient used to arrive. Now I think we have to do all these things in front of the patient and make them realize how safe they are. I think that's one thing that every optician will have to do it now.
Right. Now, if we need to increase footfalls, according to you, right, what kind of activities or measures we need to undertake?
I would say, see, if you take about the returning customers, you must be having a database of them. So you need to reach out to them and say that you are open right now. And because not a lot of people know that all these stores have got open. So they have their own doubts about that. So you need to make sure that people get a message that you're open. And second, they should get a very clear message that you are safe to actually work with. Right? So that's how actually they will walk into the store. And as far as the new customer or the new younger population goes, I think you need to have a very strong presence in the social media accounts now. I can see all these people, spend quite a good amount of time on these social media accounts, whether it's your Google business page, it's your Facebook, Instagram, or maybe the newer media like TikTok and YouTube. I think we'll have to make a stronger presence there, and that's the only way you can reach out to people. And kind of what kind of message that you put into those accounts. I think the most important thing would be how safe your premises are right now, than putting any of the offers.
Right.
Second thing is we should also put our CSR part about the entire COVID barrier and the kind of work we are doing for them. I think that has to be put very strongly into the media.
Right. Have you noticed any unusual complaints or incidents or activities of your buyers post-COVID? As you said, there is not much impact about, sales or anything, but are there certain incidents, isolated ones, where you feel that, the behavior has changed a bit, or are there any complaints specifically?
What we observed initially, immediately post-lockdown, that there were a lot of people who actually walked into the store specifically for repair of the frames, where people actually have broken their temples or they've broken their frame. And these were the people who were initially flooding into the store. And what we could make out is these incidents have reminded them that how important and spectacles is actually. And first time I realized that this is the most essential commodity. It's something like your roti, kapda, makan, and chashma, right? So you could not manage without your spectacles at all. And these people obviously actually thought of taking the second pair of glasses, keeping a backup of glasses. So that's one change that we have seen positively post-COVID. Apart from that, I can tell you a few incidences, like that happened during the COVID period. So we had a neurosurgeon, a very popular neurosurgeon of Hubli, who actually called me early in the morning at 6 o'clock. And he said, Kunal, I just broke my glasses. Could you come over to the clinic? I said, sir, it's a lockdown and we're not supposed to move out of our house. He said, don't worry, I have an important surgery to be done. So I will come and pick you up. So he actually picked me up. He came to the store. We actually fitted the glasses and actually delivered the glasses. And then again, actually dropped me back. And this time I'm talking about a surgeon who hardly has time to even speak to us, right, on a busy day. So people majorly, actually, I can say the major behavior changes, like they have realized how important the glasses are.
Right. And okay, again, talking about, the kind of changes in the, format of buying, are your current set of buyers looking at buying through your website if it exists? Second is, are they placing orders on phone and collecting in person, or they are placing orders on phone and asking for home deliveries, or they are visiting the outlets and then asking for home deliveries, or they are visiting the outlets and taking their deliveries themselves?
If you ask me, the majority of the people who want to purchase spectacles, they are all preferring to visiting the outlet, and they actually take delivery themselves. I don't remember a single incident where a person has called us and asked for a home delivery. Right? They could be, but there are people who actually opt for contact lenses, and these are the people who are actually placing orders on phone. Right? Apart from that, for spectacles, people even for delivery, right? They don't. They prefer to come to the outlet, get the feel of the fit and everything. So that feel is still very important for the Indian consumer. So they prefer to come to the outlet.
Right.
I've seen that predominantly with a strong conviction that people still prefer to come to the store and feel the glasses when they want to take the delivery. But contact lens is a different thing again. So there are people for contact lenses who ask for a home delivery, and we have to do that.
Right. Now, if we say what consumers are currently looking at, are they going in for premium luxury, affordable luxury, or house brands?
Okay. So our experience is actually an affordable luxury. I feel the younger lots have a lot of aspirations now. They want to actually wear a brand on their sleeve. The only question for them is whether it's affordable or not. If it's affordable brand, they want to wear it. Regarding the older generation, slightly, they're fine with the house brand.
Right. And are consumers open to spend more towards lenses or frames? As in, there was a concept earlier where we used to talk about of upselling. Some consumers walking into your store, we could, tell them that, the frame that you have selected or chosen, there's another option available, a better one. So, in lenses or in frames, is there an upselling thing happening even now?
Is it happening even now? Maybe see, our practice is quite different from a lot of other practices. It's more of an optometry oriented practice, clinically oriented practice. So if you take in all this clinically oriented practice, what we feel is the patients spend a lot of money on glasses, then on the frames. And it is easy to upsell on the glasses, then on the frames.
Right. Have you noticed some consumers asking for a new product or a range of products, which was not the case pre-COVID?
Not specifically. Whether you take pre-COVID or post-COVID, of the late, we have seen people demanding more of a blue pet lens. This popular concept, thanks to all these online stores, they made this concept very popular. But what we can see a surge is for a demand for kids glasses actually. So parents are very concerned about the online activity that is happening. Most of the education is happening through online media now. And the parent is concerned now. They're concerned about the safety of their child's eye because they're spending a lot of time on the screen. So these are the parents who actually walk into the store and do ask for glasses which can protect the child's eye. So that's one segment which has increased post-COVID.
In their opinion, is there a possibility that could lead us back to the earlier normal of the consumer behavior? You as you have said, there are subtle changes in the consumer behavior that you also have noticed.
If you ask me about the sanitization part, I think people are going to be slightly sensitive about that. So the cleanliness part and the maintenance part, there is no option to that. I think that will continue with people, and people will expect even post-COVID, that the entire sanitization protocol has to be done. I think that behavior could become a permanent change, because this incidence is going to remain for a longer time. And if it remains a longer time, then they would take it as a standard, right? And there's nothing harm in doing cleaning and maintaining the glasses. So I think this is going to be a new norm. As far as the business goes, I think we have already come to 70 to 80% of our pre-COVID sales. So in that way, I think there's no major change in the consumer behavior.
Right. Now, considering that, this is the scenario currently, what do you expect the scenario to be in another 2 months, and then 6 months down the line? Considering that there are certain researches happening on the vaccines, and suddenly somehow tomorrow we get to know that the vaccines are there, or certain changes happen in the the way the government is handling this scenario.
So if you ask me very personally, see, the sales right now is almost 80% of your pre-COVID level. So in that way, the sales initially is good, and I think it is going to remain for at least 2 months. The sale is going to remain good. Then it all depends on how the economy reacts to the entire COVID scenario and how fast we can come up with the vaccine. Or a vaccine is, I think, is a long way to go. We cannot expect a vaccine in a very short period. But would we actually come over the entire COVID crisis, and a lot of industries which are actually closed, whether they will come to the pre-lockdown level, because we know a lot of apparel industry, footwear industry, which has got a major hit, the electronic industry. So I think if they come up, the sale post 2 months, I mean, beyond 2 months also has to be good, right? But currently I can say for the next 2 months, the sale is going to be decent and nice. It's difficult to predict beyond the second month, whether the industry is going into recession or the entire economy is going into recession. So that has to be seen.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing your views, Kunalji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madhurji. It was a pleasure, actually.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.